First, I prepare a tray of dried green beans. This is a familiar bean in many rustic dishes, but to have a batch of delicious, smooth beans that do not clump when cooked, the initial preparation step is extremely important. I put all the green beans on the tray, gently stir them with my hands to loosen the beans, then pour them into a large bowl for easy picking. Then, I remove any moldy, rotten, or flat beans, keeping only the round, shiny beans with a natural bright yellow color. Although this takes a little more time, it helps the green beans to have a beautiful color after cooking, fragrant and not bitter. When finished picking, in the bowl, there are only plump, clean beans. Next, we will move on to the step of washing and soaking the mung beans. This is an important step to help the beans be completely clean and soften quickly when cooked. I pour clean water into the bowl so that it covers all the beans. Then use both hands to gently rub to remove dirt, thin skin or impurities still stuck around the beans. When rubbing, you will see the water start to turn cloudy. That is the dust and natural powder layer on the outside of the beans being washed away. Where are you from? Please comment to let me know. It's great that we can make friends from all over the world. After the first wash, I drain the dirty water and then pour a second round of water into the bowl. Continue to repeat the same washing process. Gently rub, stir well to clean the beans completely. This time, the water will be clearer, indicating that the beans have been cleaned well. Once washed, I keep the water in the bowl and soak the beans for about 5 to 7 minutes. This short soaking process helps the beans absorb moisture, soften slightly, and cook evenly without being tough. In addition, soaking beans in advance also helps to limit clumping after cooking. A small but very effective secret to making the green beans smoother and more delicious. After soaking the mung beans for 5 to 7 minutes and letting them soften slightly, I put the whole bowl of beans in the freezer. In this step, we will freeze the mung beans for about 4 to 6 hours before cooking. It may sound strange, but freezing mung beans brings surprising results. When the beans are frozen, the water inside expands and forms tiny crystals. These crystals will slightly crack the bean structure without damaging the beans, so when cooked, the beans will cook faster, be smoother, and especially not clump. In addition, the deep freezing process also helps to preserve the natural yellow color and fragrant flavor of the beans. This is the secret to making the cooked mung beans smooth, not sticky, not dry but still fluffy, clearly different from the usual cooking method. So, even though you have to wait a few more hours for the beans to solidify, the end result will be completely satisfying. The mung beans will be cooked evenly and will have a much more attractive color and flavor. After the beans have been frozen in the refrigerator for 4 to 6 hours, I take them out and put them directly into the pot to start cooking. Next, pour water over the beans, then cover them. I turn on the stove and keep the heat at a moderate level, not too high. Because when the heat is too high, the outside of the beans will melt quickly and soften sooner, while the inside is still cold, causing the beans to cook unevenly. Keeping the heat at a moderate level will help the beans melt gradually from the outside in, cook evenly, and keep the fine, loose grain structure. After cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes, I open the pot lid to check. At this point, you will see that the water has boiled slightly, the beans begin to expand evenly, and the aroma gradually spreads. Next, I add a little lemon juice to the pot. Just a few drops is enough. Lemon helps prevent clumping, keeps the bright yellow color of the beans, and creates a light taste for the dish. Then, I added a small spoon of rock sugar to soften the lemon flavor and give the beans a natural sweetness and light aroma. Stir gently to blend the ingredients, then cover and continue cooking for another 3 to 5 minutes until the beans are completely soft, the water is slightly thick, and the aroma spreads throughout the kitchen. Finally, I turned off the stove, opened the lid, and used a ladle to scoop the beans into a bowl. At this point, the beans are dark green. The beans are loose, not clumped or stuck together. When eating, you can feel the natural sweetness and light lemon flavor. A simple but delicious and perfectly smooth green bean dish. So with just a few simple steps, we can cook delicious, smooth green beans without any lumps. The little trick of freezing beans before cooking seems strange, but brings very obvious results. The beans are cooked evenly, fluffy, keeping the bright yellow color and the characteristic natural flavor. When eating, each spoonful of green beans melts gently in the mouth. The sweetness from rock sugar, mixed with a little sourness from lemon, makes the dish light, pleasant, and very appetizing. This is not only a small cooking tip, but also a way to help you save time while still having delicious and beautiful finished products. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so that I have more motivation to share more good tips and interesting recipes. Thank you for watching. I wish you always have delicious and energetic meals.